Hello, everyone. This is Scratch and Jack. Hello, everyone. This is Scratch and Jack, your host for the Amazing Scale Modelers Sunday Hangout. Amazing Scale Modeler. Shit, I'm so lost. Amazing Scale Modelers is a Google Plus community of scale modelers of all shapes and sizes, interests, genres, and skill levels who like to share their tips and tricks with one another, learn more about their craft, and to celebrate one another's scale modeling achievements. Amazing Scale Modelers is perhaps the fastest growing or the largest existing on Google Plus. Amazing Scale Modeler has currently 2,038 members, I do believe. James, can you
see my microphone's working?
Oh my God!
You got
the
mic
brick finally speaks. The brick finally speaks.
Yes.
So look, I don't even have. Boy, am I behind on my stuff here. 2039. I was one up from when I said 2038.
Yeah.
And joining us are members and followers of Amazing Scale Modelers and some of the best silent movie Brits who finally get into the comedy. How you doing, Carwin? I haven't seen you in a bit.
It's been a while. Yeah, I've been stuck with work commitments, and that's why I've missed the across the pond. And obviously, at this time of night, I'm usually in bed. So it's just been one miss after another. So I'm doing good. I'm feeling better and getting better. I'm falling asleep as I.
It looks like work very much agrees with you because you do look very well.
Yeah. Well, again, it's been to go from where I was to where I am now. Not only am I feeling better with myself, but I've lost about 20 pounds in weight as well.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so I'm I got about another 10 pounds to go before I'm happy. But yeah, it's always good, and it's good to come home to Amazing Scale Modelers as well, because.
Do you find yourself what I do is just tune in, see what's being posted, and all that stuff?
I mean, yeah, I keep up with the community and what's going on and who's posting what, and but it's just like I said with the Hangouts, it's just been I just literally missed due to the fact of just not being here. So, but it's really good to sort of get back once in a while and get to have a chat.
Yeah, it is. It is actually quite nice to see you. It's very agreeable. So, have you been working on anything?
Yes. I've been working on a few things. At this moment in time, I'm currently working on a Starbug model. So, Starbug, yes, from Red Dwarf. It's on my bench here. It's in pieces, but I've been sort of cutting out windows and that's the front end. So that's the I think this is the bottom of it. It should be that way up.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's all sanded back, ready. And I've done the little top and the back section as well. So that's all done. It's all good to go. I've got to do some scratch building for it now, and plenty of scratch building for it.
Yeah.
You
said in your video that you were concerned about the fins weren't right, the angle, but
yeah. Well, if you look at the angle of the fins there,
yeah,
they really swept back.
Yeah.
I know there is that sort of angle to them, but I think they're more vertical. I think the back line should be more like this.
Yeah.
Instead of this. And I think they should be taller as well. So, because it's, I don't know, there's something about, when I was looking at it, I couldn't put my finger on it, and the fins just seem to be, they're only small, but they seem to be a little bit too swept back.
Yeah.
And so I think they've got to come off and they've got to be replaced. But yeah, I've been doing the underside as well and working on things like removing the embossed writing on the bottom of the battery pack. So yeah, it's just been those sort of things really. It's when it comes to the back section as well, because I've taken all the back engine part to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but they've molded in this silver plastic, and that's it
That's
wasn't
weird.
preferable. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was part of it. It used to be a play set, so they just molded it in whatever the bulk color was for that area, just to save on paint or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, all this now got to be re-greebled, and I've looked at lots and lots and lots of studio pictures, as many as I can find, to be honest, and it's the shape, the basic shapes are there, but the details are completely way off. So it's going to be a total redo of the back end. The engine belts then. The engine belts come with these nice little holes in them, so that they can just run wires through.
Yeah.
And so that'll be nice. I think what I'm going to do is I'll put 2 flickering whites in the engines, so
Yeah.
that they won't be in time, so that when they fire in, they'll be flickering in different beats.
Well, that's okay.
So,
Yeah, that should be cool.
And for the cockpit, well, I've worked out that the scale of the model is exactly 120 scale. And I've looked at it, and I think that works out as HO scale for trains. So I might even be able to get some HO figures and things like that to go with it.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of nice. And the other good thing about that is if it is HO, then I might be able to sort of use it as reference for things like seats and things like that for building the cockpit and stuff like that, just to get a general size of how big things should be for the figures and things like that.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, Starbug actually has the exact same seats in it as the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, really?
Yep, they were the exact same props, delivered by the same person who delivered for them for the film.
No kidding.
So
Starbug, I can't say I've ever heard of Starbug.
it's one of the secondary craft from Red Dwarf. It's sort of like the shuttlecraft.
I see. And of course, Red Dwarf is immense.
It's brilliant, and I can't wait to see. We got Series 11 and Series 12 on its way, and I can't wait to see it. I've actually seen the new interior for Starbug as well. The new interior sets that they've built, and I'm going to be honest, I'm slightly not keen on them. I don't want to say it, but I've looked at it and went, it's not Starbug anymore. They've changed it. It's new and it's different, and I don't like it.
All right.
It's a little too polished. The Starbug was a set that looked like it was going to fall down. And then the new one just looks like it's a new set. So,
Well, how old is this TV series? I mean,
Red Dwarf has got to be into. I think this year will be about 17 years. I think.
Yeah.
17 years.
Yeah. It was mid to late 90s anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I think let's have a look at the. I shall Google it. Let's not speculate on such facts.
While you Google it, I'm just going to say, if you're watching and want to join the conversation, you can either ask a question, or you can IM me at Scratch and Jack and join the conversation about scale modeling. We can certainly use some fresh faces. These old, too tired faces are just. It's the same old, same old. You know what's wrong with the same old is? It's the same and it's old.
Yeah.
James.
I think we're more broken than tired.
Well, okay. Same old is better than tired. Yes, that's better. That's sure. How you doing, James? I heard you got something done today.
I'm doing. Yeah. Well, I've finally finished off the bottom of my secondary hull. I got the aft, the forward torpedo bay and the captain's gig installed.
Mm-hmm. That looks so nice.
So
it's going to be a big model as well.
Yeah, well, I'll bring the pictures up for right now.
Yeah, it's 1,000 scale from what James says, and it's going to be a decent size. It'll probably be about 2 feet long.
It's 25 inches, my
Oh,
estimate.
25 inches. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually very good.
That's where I finished off getting it closed in.
Uh-huh.
And then started working on that torpedo bay, getting that built.
Mm-hmm.
There it is installed.
That's very good. I mean, I don't like it, but it's very good.
You don't like it?
I think it's brilliant.
It is, considering it's all paper. All paper, lining up all those little lines and meshes. So you said you're done with the
with the bottom of the engineering of the secondary hull. So now
okay.
I gotta do the top half.
Mm-hmm.
So what this sort of looks like, so you sort of get a view. I'll just install that in there.
Yeah, that's going to be a beast. Oh, yes.
That's beautiful. That's huge. Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
See, that's the Revell should do that. Instead of the 14, I start cutting windows into the 1400 scaled. No, I really think that let me get rid of this because I'm going to show off what's on there later.
Yeah.
I think though it'd be better if it was 1,000 scale, but I don't know. Well, it's 24 inches. Well, 25 inches. That's in the realm of what they have done in the past. I mean, they've done the 350. The 350 scales are like 30, 33 inches or something like that.
Yeah.
Almost 2 feet long. I think it would make sense to them, and I have a card here. In fact, I'm probably going to send it out. This is round 2.
Yeah.
Round2models.com. I found this when I was cleaning up.
Yeah.
And I think I'll fill this out. And on there it says, it's focusing on me. See, it's too fast too. I got one of those fantastic cameras.
I am interested in these type of model kits. Yeah.
I am interested in these types of model kits. Check all that apply. What model kit would you like to see us produce?
A good one.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I mean, well, you know what? If it's an AMT, I see your point.
I was watching the other hangout that you done with Liam, and he was showing what he was doing with the Constitution class. Right. And I mean, he had spent a lot of time just getting the crap off the surface of that model, and he was talking about the engineering impulse crystal.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, for what the model is, I don't know if I'd bother replacing it, because you could put a blue LED behind it and it would illuminate. You've got to mask it off and it would illuminate just the same as the others. And you know, if you're going to spend that sort of money to sort of do something like that, where you're going to get the extra parts for it, you're going to find with that kit, you're going to find inaccuracies everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure. Like with the Polar Lights kit, with the expansion with the paragraphics, if the kit isn't that far inaccurate to sort of make it almost the studio model. But with the AMT movie kit, oh no. Just build it. Just save your money. Do a good job. Make it nice. Do the best job you can on it. Absolutely. But as for spending money to get the resin parts and things like that, you start down that road, you're never going to stop.
Right. Yeah. I see your point. But you know, I think a part of scale modeling is to totally, in some instance, mutilate your kit to make it look right. I watched this. I started watching this gentleman. His channel name is his name, Paul Botznik. Botzik. I'm sorry, Botzik. Botzik. And his show's called Scale Modeling Out of the Box.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a dual meaning there. And I've seen some things that he has done which are quite interesting. And recently I've seen his video on dental acrylic and the uses of it, how to use it. And quite frankly, it was very informative because I have some dental acrylic. I was using an activator, but he uses CA, superglue, to mix it with. The reason being is that the liquid activator makes styrene soft and melts it. But I was telling James earlier, I says it will gas out eventually and solidify again. But he uses the CA technique, and CA gets hot.
Yeah, yeah.
It's instantaneously hot for maybe up to 5 seconds, maybe, and that's probably enough to bond the acrylic inside it. But he uses it with success, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you've only got to glue your fingers a couple of times to know how hot it can get.
Yeah.
Which happens all the time. But yeah, I mean, I've got some activator for CA, and that stuff. Until I started using it, I didn't know I needed it. It's just one of those things that when you start using CA, if you use an activator, it's almost instantaneous. You know, you stick it on, you spray it, and yeah.
There's how I do it, but now I just try to squeeze out of it. But it's
you see that's quite
keep
good.
cutting the pen down.
Yeah, that's quite good because like I don't think I'd ever try spraying my armpits with this.
Well, you know what? This came in a pump bottle. What I have came in a pump bottle, and I put it into that. But the problem with that container is that needle thing clogs, and I clip the very end off, and it works, but it always clogs.
Well, what I do with mine is like with the contact glue like that.
Yeah.
Is just put a lighter underneath it and just cook it.
Oh, yeah, there's an idea.
That normally does it straight away.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that. To get it. Yeah, thanks. That sounds like that sounds like it should work because CA does burn.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you put a lighter under it and just heat up the needle, and it should clear it straight away.
Yeah, so I can squeeze out the fluorocarbons that are inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he did say that he uses the CA technique exclusively. And he uses Zap, I think, is a brand that he says he uses a lot. But I use Jet, and I have both a thick one and a thin one. I should experiment with it just to play with it because
I'm guessing that with the CA then, if he's mixing CA with the dental acrylic, it must be a translucent finish. I don't think it'll be clear. It's probably going to go like a frosted color.
He went into a different sets of dental acrylic, and there's ones that are pigmented, and there's ones that you can pigment if you want. But the majority he uses is a white powder. Is it translucent? I guess. Both the materials are relatively translucent, so together I would think they would be translucent.
Yeah.
But he shows how he did the. He had like a turret. I think it was a B-52 or a Flying Fortress. It has a gun turret in the nose of the airplane, and he was showing how poorly the turret and the model come together. The fuselage comes together very poorly. So he did this technique of taking his canopy, covering it with this foil, and then using the CA mixture and rebuilding up that semicircle part that the turret sits in. And when it cured, he took out the turret, sanded it down, and it's all done. Yeah. And it looked real good. It looked real good. So I have to say, I tried sanding the acrylic that I have, but I use the activator, and it's so hard. Then again, it's supposed to be hard because it's for teeth.
Yeah.
For false teeth.
Yeah, if it falls out, you won't be going to that dentist.
Right. So I think it has to do with the CA and not the activator that you should get with it. And it's not easy to find. You'll have to go to dental suppliers to buy it because it's not sold to the public. Not the dental acrylic stuff. There might be a variation of it in hobby stores, but
there's a variation you can get from beauty salons too, because they use it for nails.
Yes.
Yeah, that should work. That should be durable. Yeah, that should be durable. Well, you know what? You guys are going to get tired of me talking about my house. So I'm not going to talk about my house.
Okay.
But I'm going to just still claim the same thing. And I came on. I got home, watched a few videos, took a nap, and then I sat down to do the show, and I cut a few more windows on the Voyager.
Yeah.
So that's I'm getting pretty good at with these windows. They're going pretty quick. But I'm not looking forward to the engineering hall because that's going to be very difficult because it's not as sturdy as this is. So.
I mean, if you've got them in separate pieces, it's. I mean, what I done with mine was I used a for stability and to make sure I didn't stab myself, which always happens. What I done was I took a large bath sponge. You know and I basically just sat the parts on that and just drilled into that, so I could squash it down and it had some stability, and I didn't have any chance of the drill going through into my finger.
Yeah.
No, I don't use the pin vise. I don't use the Dremel. The Dremel would be spinning too fast and the friction would cause the plastic to melt. So I use a pin vise. But I'll give you a suggestion if you're cutting yourself a lot. Just get some of this stuff.
I use CA. I literally just glue myself back together.
Oh, you know what? I did that technique too. I did not a big gushing gut, but I stung like hell because
it does for about the first 30 seconds. Yeah.
Super glue is not exactly sterile, you know.
Yeah.
And it certainly does. It actually works.
Yeah. Oh, it totally works. Yeah. I mean, it stops the bleeding straight away.
You know who told me that one was Mike Batsford.
Mm.
Old goat. He's not. I don't know where he is.
Well, I do use it in work all the time because you can see if you look at my arms, I'm just cut relentlessly all of my hands everywhere. It's just I'm always coming home from work. You know, like last week I stuck a drill inside of my thumb there, and
yeah.
You know, so I cut myself all the time. I work with sharp stuff, and you just glue yourself back together and get on with it. So yeah, it does work. Yeah, it stops the bleeding.
Well, you know, also having done this a lot, you begin to learn how to do it right. You never, if you're doing a hard cut, you don't draw it towards yourself.
You think that.
But we get lazy every so often.
Oh yes, there's always that one moment where you just go, I am such a dipstick.
Yeah, just today I was putting some new electrical lines into the circuit breaker box. You got to take that sheathing off, and I'm with the utility knife like,
yeah.
which way would be best not to cut myself?
Oh yeah.
If you have a nice sharp blade on a utility knife, it's easy. I think it makes things easy. In fact, I cut an outlet hole. I just cut through plaster with something like that. Yeah, some years ago, somebody called me Stabbing Jack.
Oh man, we've all done it. I was sort of one of my light sockets, and I used one of the glasses screwdrivers, the metal ones. It was only when I was putting it to the actual to the metal pin in the screw in the socket that I went, I'm holding a metal screwdriver on a electrical circuit, and I'm not entirely sure that the light is off. Only one way to find out.
And you don't have a tester.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
But my main test at the time was, is this going to sting?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
If the answer is no, the switch is off.
Yeah, you know what? I should. You know what? I keep talking about it too. I gotta bring up my Shelby too, so that way I can paint too if I feel like it.
Yeah.
But when the end is near, and I'll be able to do some real modeling then. Anything else you guys have to add?
1988.
What's that?
1988?
1988 was the first episode of Red Dwarf. Took a long time to get the answer, but it's sure. But yeah, it's
1988.
Yep, that was the first episode. Entitled The End.
Was that Next Gen 2, 1988, or was that 1987?
That was 87. I think they started production in 86.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so for the 50-year anniversary coming up this summer, James is doing an E. I'm doing a Voyager. I'm kind of chicken to do the Enterprise because I've ruined 2 of them.
Which one? The original?
What?
The original or the? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which version?
TOS, 1,000 scale 1, 1,000 scale 1. I lit successfully, but I was trying to dry something real quick. At that time, I was in the basement and it was pretty chilly, so I put it in front of a heater. Not a good idea.
No.
And the other one, I got just about done with the cutaway without being. I built it to not be a cutaway. But a better way to explain it, it was an actual, and I'm still going to do that. I'm going to still do that, and I should have cannibalized the resin parts from it because the damn kits are hard to get, the aftermarket parts. But something went wrong with the wiring, and then again, that was like 3 years ago, and that was when I got back into modeling. Instead of starting small, I went right into the big stuff.
Yeah.
And here I built some cars, some airplanes, a motorcycle, tank, and if you're a sci-fi or any kind of builder, I think you should do the different genres because you pick up different things you can use on your favorite genre. So I'm just working up the balls to,
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, you've burnt yourself enough times with the soldering iron as well, so it's. And we've all seen you swear. it's not a pretty sight.
No. No.
But I mean, you've had a couple of goes at it now. I mean, the only reason why I'm not doing my 350 Enterprise is because I've built the Enterprise, like that particular version of the Enterprise I've built in different scales like 5 times. They're all upstairs sitting on my shelf.
Yeah.
I've built the 2500, the 1000. The 1537, the 1600, so they're all sitting on the shelf, and it's just like, it's all the same ship.
Yeah.
So if I build the 1350, whilst it would be nice to have the 1350 just sitting there, it would just be like, look how many Enterprises I've got.
Right. Exactly. And I did successfully do other ones. Like I did a Katinga. Like I said, I was successful in all the different kits, but when it came to that, never you mind. Yeah. It just didn't work. And
I'm going to say the way the Revell one goes together is actually a lot better and a lot smarter put together than the AMT. That's not saying much, I know, but it is a lot smarter put together, and the way it actually forms, because like with the AMT, you've got like a 3-piece hull with the bottom and the left side and the right side, and but with the Revell, it's literally 2 halves, and it comes with all the windows cut out with all the glass pieces as well. So it's a very good, easy build kit.
I got a Revell, and it's probably, if you want to get nitpicky and rivet countery, like, it is certainly not shaped very well. I mean, there are certain aspects about it which don't make it very like the TV show.
I think what happened there was that they weren't allowed to have the rights to make the 11-foot Enterprise model, so they based theirs on the 3-foot version of the Studio Ninja. That's why there's a difference, is because theirs is the 3-foot Studio Ninja, not the 11-foot.
Well, I got that kit, and I opened it, took a look at the parts, and I'm thinking to myself, this will make an awesome steampunk version. Most certainly, I think it will. But boy, I went looking around for gears on eBay. Shit, they were expensive.
Yeah, you might what would be a good idea? Maybe Lego Technic.
Lego Technic?
Yeah, they do a lot of cogs and gears and everything for for assembling for motors and stuff like that.
Okay, Lego.
Yeah, the other place to look at is go into your craft stores and look in the card working area, the card crafting, because they have all kinds of things like watch parts and everything else that people use for attaching to their cards and that, so you can get little bags of assorted gears and pointers and all sorts of little doodads.
Yeah,
I'd love to be able to do something in some place, like in a sensor dish, make it a bunch of gears spinning.
Oh yeah. Well, again, that would be another reason to go with like a Lego Technic, because they come with all the rods and everything, and the springs and everything that you can order. You can order the parts as well in different sizes, different cogs. You can worms, things like that, all those different things, and you can build it yourself. You can gear it up yourself. So
yeah, that's I got to do a lot of research on it, because that's certainly an art form that I am really not familiar with. But I was going to use an 18-inch AMT to do that, but this Revell is going to be perfect, because it's got these deep etched panel lines that are like obscene. They're disgusting looking, actually, and I think it'll work out pretty cool. Anyway, I want to screen share I'm going to screen share. I did. You know what? If you're not into Star Trek, I'm sorry. But there's a couple of people who've done a couple of things. This is the Revell kit, I think.
Yeah, Ray's. That is the. No, I don't think it is. I think that's the AMT. That's the AMT Katinga.
Yeah. It's got the polar light space on it.
I do believe he has it lit. I don't know if he does or not, but this is what I want to bring up. I did this in a very dark metallic grays and battleship gray, black. I did mine much darker.
Yeah.
But this is the part that I enjoyed painting the most, because I hand painted a lot of that stuff, and it's really easy to do because it's all raised. You don't need any masking tape. If you're careful and use the right amount of paint, you don't need masking. You can paint this by hand.
The surprising thing about that actual model is the studio model is very pink.
Pink.
Yep. The studio model for Kronos 1 is very, very pink.
Oh, yeah. I don't have it's pictured on the box on one of the movie releases of the model kit.
Mm-hmm.
And it does, yeah, I got to agree. There's some reds and pinks in there, which I thought was very interesting. So compare that to what I did, and in fact, this model Christina got, and I don't know what happened to it. I sent it to her, and she put electric to my flashing light and melted it. Melted the model, nearly burned it. It's on my Coke bottle, a Coke glass. But I'm glad I took pictures of it, because I am very, very proud of this work. Now, what happened? Here it is.
Yeah.
This was paint, and I still have it. This was paint made by Boyd. Crompton,
Yeah.
and he doesn't make the paint anymore. And I have to say, it's a lacquer base, and I got in a dark room. I don't know if you can see the brilliance on this low light. Oh, there it is, on a flash. The paint was very brilliant, and I used it on another build. I built this over again, but this was the first build that I did. And what I like about it is that right there.
Yeah, on the glow in the engines.
Yeah, I did. Those are just holes right here. But on my redo, and I don't know where the pictures are, I actually cut the sides open. So these, from the holes to holes, they're like, it's opened up.
Yeah.
But the particular lighting effect I liked was this.
Yeah, it's Raytheon.
Yeah, that's just, there's a slot underneath it, and LED right behind it, and it's a 1.8 millimeter LED.
Yep.
And then, of course, there's a cover over it, and that's that was my first build, and I'm hoping I'll be able to find the other ones. Maybe it's not in this one, but
yeah, there you go. There's a pic of the studio model, so you can see how pink it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Yes.
So you can, it's deceptive because of the film process and the process that they use with the blue screen removal. It distorts the color from what it originally was to how you see it in the film. So obviously the color of that model there is a lot of pink on that. Who would have thought Klingons would be big into pink?
There was a scene where we saw Klingon blood, which was a purple-pink blood. So maybe to them that would be the same to humans as red.
No, it's pink. Whichever way you look at it, it's pink.
Okay. Okay. I thought I would show a build of one of my past builds. I'm going to bring up another one, but first I want to check out, because I haven't done much of anything. Is this a picture? No, this goes over to eBay. Oh, that's not fun. Okay. And where is it? The change of subject here, because I'm sure viewers are aching for it. Bob is perhaps, I'm not sure if this is his. He posted, yeah, this is his because I recognize the background. Okay, where'd it go? He did the Spirit of St. Louis. We talked extensively about it.
Yeah.
I'm glad he posted pictures, and he posted some really good pictures too. There they are.
Yep.
No, he did a nice job on that.
Yeah.
And his choice of mount display. Yeah, I did know it had windows on the top of the fuselage there, but considering you couldn't really face forward or see forward.
Yeah.
He says it comes with a figure, one sitting and one standing, and one head between the two. It's
how would you land that thing without a strong stance?
There was a panel in the floor he could lift and look down between his legs.
Well, that's just no way to land a plane.
What, looking down between your legs?
Definitely not. That's not. Can you imagine them doing that with a 747?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how the view is any better on a modern jet plane, but at least there's witness going forward. What's that?
They have instruments.
Well, that's true. They do have instruments, unlike
his method for detecting the ground in the Spirit of St. Louis was bang.
I did see the St. Louis last summer at the Smithsonian, and it is a silver color, but it's a little darker than Bob has it. Well, then again, the one in the Smithsonian is pretty old, so that's probably why it's darker.
Yeah, it's still got a bit more patina on it. Yeah.
Oxidation, yeah. I don't know. Would that be not aluminum? I don't think they had aluminum back then, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of that ship is covered in a combination of aluminum and fabric.
Oh.
Yeah, try to make it the lightest materials they could find.
Yeah.
Where would the fabric be? I think we talked about this. But
all the flying surfaces are fabric.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Huh.
That was common practice at the time.
I apologize for the wind. Got the window open and the door keeps slamming. Yeah, I shared that yesterday. I posted this. I'm not sure if this gentleman is a member, but I saw this, and it really, really, really looked good.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's nice.
Nice job on that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a nice shading technique there where it just subtly offsets the panels, and he's got a lot of nice weathering on there as well, on some of the leading edges.
And also some nicks and dings.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what attracted me to this build, is that it's got nicks in it.
Oh yeah, he's done a fantastic job on it. It looks very, very good. Yeah.
Some of the comments, brilliant work. This is the Airfix 72 scale, so it's a pretty small kit.
Oh yeah, it's going to be, what's it, maybe 8 inches on the wingspan?
Yeah, I think the rocket mounts he scratched built, I think, for that. I don't think they're original to the kit.
Rocket mounts right here?
No, look in the front.
Under the wing.
Under the wing.
Oh, look at that fancy schmancy stuff there. Wow. Yep. Certainly a pretty good build here. And I again, I am becoming hyper aware of the display piece that people use. And I like his grass. It looks real. Bald spots and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a toughened surface. It looks like something that's...
It's been run over quite a bit.
Yeah. That lawn has had a life. Just like the plane. It's again, he's kept it consistent because you wouldn't want that sort of plush sort of grass.
No.
For that plane, and the plane's all dinged up and weathered as well. Because if you look at the underside as well, he's done some really nice blended weathering on the fuselage and on the behind the wheel where dirt gets kicked up onto the wing.
Yeah.
And and he's followed that through then onto the actual grass as well. He's made the grass look like it's been chewed up and they've had cows on it, and it's
It kind of even looks like a ball field, like you'll find in any neighborhood. And there's like I said, spots are worn out and muddy is from the rain, and the mud from the rain kind of drowns the grass. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But that's what I mean. It's not just the plane there. The actual display of with the base as well. It all tells a sort of a real sort of story there. It's I can imagine seeing that pictured photographed on a rainy day.
Mm-hmm. Right. And Ray Martin, oh boy, he's such a good contributor to the community. He really is. He said he dug up a picture of what he had built in 1972. And his interests haven't strayed too far. He went into science fiction, and that's what we showed the Katinga before.
Yeah.
And he's got some kits here I really want to get, and that is the two in the center there, the Saturn V and a Saturn 1B.
Yep.
I seen the mock-ups in Huntsville, Alabama, and I was actually surprised to see how it looks. Here it would look tall if it were real, but in real life, it looked like an office building.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't live in a very large town, but downtown has buildings that are taller than the Saturn V. And one of the spoils of World War II. I thought the design was simple and genius at the same time, because also at the Smithsonian, they were considering a variety of styles of engine arrangements.
Mm.
And the Soviets and the Vostok rocket used the multi-engines. They had something like 13, 14, 15 engines. NASA was considering the same design. I'm not even sure what motivated them to use the Saturn V engines. Yeah, Saturn V engines were huge. They were big as a house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean that's it. It's essentially a Javelin with an engine on the back.
Yeah, most certainly.
Yeah, I mean it's literally point and click. It's that is you have no choice. You go in that way.
That way.
And they also have a room where they have a mirror on the wall and on the floor, and onto the right-hand side there's a quarter scale. Well, it's full scale, but a quarter of the engine nozzle. So when you look into the mirror, you get the reflections and you get the impression of how big the bottom side was. Again, I have to say it wasn't very tall, but there are videos on YouTube where you can see film in slow motion the rocket lifting off the pad, and right on the pad itself. You see the smoke, you see the shaking, and all of a sudden, as the rocket goes up, you see a column of fire, and it's actually pretty amazing to see. I mean, and yeah. I have to say, Ray is somewhat of a kindred spirit to me, because when I was a kid, I was about 5 or 6 years old when the moonshots were being done.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually not 4 and 5. And my grandfather, who was born in 1889, got to see the rockets take off to the moon. And when he was born, the automobile wasn't even invented.
Yep.
Still horse and buggy.
But yeah. I mean, I wouldn't complain too much about the size of the Saturn V, not as much as the astronauts, because they had to sit in it.
Yeah.
They were stuffed into that capsule.
Yeah. They were shoulder to shoulder for sure.
Oh, totally.
But yeah, these are a couple of models I'd like to have myself, just because when I was a kid, it just was really impressive to me. And
I think you can get a Saturn V. I think you can get it as a 3-foot model, I think.
Well, I think they got you can get the 5-foot model.
5 foot.
I think round 2 repopped it.
Yeah, I did go 3-foot one as well.
Yeah.
Revell made a 5-foot one. I think we had that when I was a kid. We had that too. My brother bought it.
Yeah.
And my brother was 14 years older than me, so he was already a teenager when this was going on. and we put it away in a box, and we would take it out. We put the pieces at different stages together. Yeah, I have such fond memories of that model kit. I have to have that 5-foot kit, definitely.
Yeah.
So, lately I've seen some the Eagle from 1999.
Yep.
The new one, the 22-inch.
22-inch, yeah. Yeah, I know Lou Dalmaso's just finished building one. Interstellar Model is building one. Yeah, it's a kit that's rising in popularity.
I think this is Interstellar Modelers finished. Boy, there it is.
Yep.
Does he have this lit?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Is this lit? Oh dear. Well, what's there really to light on there? Besides the cockpit. Wow.
You can light the engines as well. I suppose you could light the pod if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Very clean. He did a nice job. Very clean. I can't zoom for the merciless zoom. Oh, look at that. If you look close enough, you can see the pilots.
Yep.
Holy shit. Nice job. Nice job.
Yeah, it looks like a very good version, a very faithful version of the kit, of the model. It's a lot better than what they'd done originally.
Yeah, there's not much of an interior in there, but there's enough that you can see something when you look in through the windows.
Well, I mean, when they done the show, they didn't have an interior for the craft anyway. I don't think, not for the 22. For the 44 they might have, but I think for the 22 on the show, it was just blacked out glass.
Yeah, he did a very nice job, even photographing it too. He did a good job. It seems to be a popular kit these days. I've seen a lot of different modelers pick that kit up.
Yep.
A lot of people were waiting for it.
Oh, definitely. I'm just waiting for the price to drop a slight bit. It's just outside my it's cheap enough for me to get category. It's only going to drop by about like £10, and it's like, it's mine.
But you don't need the metal bell housing for the rear end. The plastic ones look just fine.
Yeah. I mean,
you don't need to spend the $60-$70 for the metal ones.
Oh hell no, no. I mean, I protest to spending money anyway, but it's just the fact that it looks like such a good kit and such a nice kit and I've been waiting for the kit for quite some time as well, and it's just like I can't justify the price of it right now because it's just too expensive.
Well, how much is it?
Oh, I think the last time I will check what it is now actually because I haven't checked for a while.
Looking at it last night at my hobby shop, I didn't really look at the price of it.
It is. Look here. That's the 172 scale. Yeah, that would be the 22-inch. £54.97. That's not much.
$100.
Wow, that's pretty steep. Yeah, I have to say that is a lot, but I'm willing to pay over $100 for a CVN aircraft carrier
Yeah.
A CV aircraft carrier. I said N. I'm not sure why, but anyway, CV aircraft carrier. I'd like to get one of those. That's a 350 scale.
Yeah.
I did see a 100 scale again at the Smithsonian. It was like I think I posted pictures of it when last year I came back. But I'd like to say, hey, we killed another hour, believe it or not.
Really?
And I'd like to give a shout out to Lou Damaso, and he's one of our most famous members anyway, but he's also a phenomenal modeler in his right.
Yep.
He's out in Louisville, Kentucky right now in Wonderfest. Maybe next year I'll get to go. He says, you have to go, Jack, you have to go, Jack, and I have to admit I must go. Because it's one of the only shows that are in the States that are completely, pretty much devoted to model building. And he said he's going to take his lazy old time getting back because about a week and a half ago, if not 2 weeks, he had retired. Yep. After some years of service, and his coworkers built the first and only shrine to Lou. You got some Whoppers, Diet Dr. Pepper, some popcorn. For 30 years of service, that's what I guess that's better than a gold watch.
30 years of service. I thought he was saying 30 years old. I thought he just had a hard life.
No.
I'm sure he'd be appreciative of that comment. But yeah, well, I gotta say, he's one of my favorite people. So,
Yep.
If you enjoyed this show, there are plenty others to view. Go to my YouTube channel at Scratch and Jack, and you get to like this, as well as make a comment, ask a question, and even look at the older episodes of the Hangouts. And I got to say, yesterday's Across the Pond Hangout, I really, really liked. It was a really good one. Got a lot of good responses. So if you haven't seen it yet, go click onto it, watch it. It's a lot of good stuff going on in that show too. And,
it was good, but it wasn't as good as this one.
Well, that's true.
This one was amazing.
You know why?
Amazing.
2 weeks ago was me and James were doing the whole show, and you came on, which I'm very appreciative of because you had a lot more to say than I did.
Yeah.
Thanks. Go ahead.
No, like I said, it's always good to join in. I haven't had the opportunity to do it for a while, so I'm very grateful to be here to be able to chat with you guys because it's a nice bit of fun. It's a good way for me to end my evening.
Yeah, thank you, and it's a good way to end my evening too. And I had it an hour early, so I get to watch Walking Dead, but they're not on right now. And I'd like to also thank James for joining us. Keep paper modeling. The next kit you're going to do is plastic, so that's going to be a good watch too. And you're probably 4 weeks away from that, aren't you?
Yeah, this has to be done at the end of June, so I think we're far away. So hopefully I should by the end of next week I should pretty much have the top side of this done, and then we start on to the nacelles. So,
I'm
that
glad
should be interesting.
I stopped by to say hello.
How's it going, Mike?
It's at 7 Eastern, so that makes it 5 o'clock your time. It's not at 6 o'clock your time. But we'll stick around. We'll talk to you nonetheless. Anyway, this is your host, Scratch and Jack, and in 2 weeks, you got the Across the Pond on Saturday. That's the 18th of June, and on the 19th of June, Sunday Hangout. Good night and happy modeling, everyone.
Have a good day.